Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Rocket, and today we are back in The Sims building renovating another apartment. This is 910 Medina Studios, and we are building an artsy college apartment. Now, the name pretty much suggests most of it. When I started this, you'll see I am so indecisive, especially with this flooring. I don't know what I'm doing. I had no plan going into this, and honestly, I barely had a plan in the middle of this. I just started knowing that I wanted to make a platform apartment in this specific apartment because I've been dying to build in this place for so long because I've been seeing such good videos with this apartment in it, and I'm so glad I got it done. This took me around 3.5 hours to make, and it's sped up to about 12 times the speed. So it's going to be around 16 to 17 minutes long, just so you guys will know what you're in for when you're starting this video. It is pretty entertaining. I think this build turned out great, so I would stick around if I were you, but I'm not. So you guys get to choose that for yourself. Yippee you, you're independent. Um, anyway, this, like I said, build, I had no idea what I was getting into. And honestly, for like over half this build, I was on a call with my friends, so I was severely distracted. But I still thought it turned out great. Um, and honestly, that helped me kind of brainstorm because I was sharing my screen on Discord, and they helped me a lot. Even if it was just talking so that I wouldn't have to watch something. Because sometimes watching something while I'm building, can distract me severely. Um, but yeah. Anyway, this apartment has a lot of darker brown tones for some of the set in stone stuff, like the flooring, the stairs, the doors. But a lot of the other stuff has like orangey wood tones, and there's some white wood tones and black wood tones, and they mix really well, to be honest, in this apartment. It's just all over the place, but it still ends up meshing really well together. I definitely imagine that this was an apartment where they didn't get to choose their counters or anything, but it's pretty basic base game counters and cabinets. This swatch of this cabinet counter has been my favorite since they made the update where they had more swatches, because like it's just so perfect. The black countertops and the white drawers, white cabinets, and the orangey wood tone. Oh, it's chef kiss. Anyway, at this point, I had just done the kitchen and the living room. In this house, I actually decided to start on the living room, and it did help me with the color scheme. Often, the kitchen helps me with the vibe of the build, but with this, since in apartments you couldn't really choose the kitchen, I decided to start with the living room, and it helped me develop this darky blue theme color with that couch in specific. I love this couch. I don't get to use it much because it's not the kind of style that I usually like because it's so colorful most of the time. But this black swatch, amazing. Anyway, this is definitely a really artsy sim or artsy person. Definitely imagine in sim age they're like a recently young adult, maybe just moved out to start college, or even maybe finishing college like the first 2 years and starting their like distinguished degree or something. In real life, I think their age would probably be around 21 to 22. Not super old, to be honest. Um, Definitely still trendy, I guess. Love painting and music and blue, if that wasn't already apparent. Has a lot of postcards and is just I love this apartment. I assume they were a woman, although with some of the traits you'll see why I assume it's a woman, but I've been doing a lot of builds for women recently. So, this could always be a man or somebody who doesn't identify on the gender scale, which is perfectly fine. We accept everybody and anybody. Um, and I just thought it could be anyone who lives here. They love art, and the bathroom I love so much, and you'll see why later on. It's so vibey. Anyway, I did use the OMSP shelf a lot in this build. If you did not know what the OMSP shelf is, well, then you might not watch a lot of Sims 4 building stuff, which a lot of my audience doesn't. I know that for sure because it's mostly my friends and family. Anyway, the OMSP shelf is a piece of custom content. It did not come with the game. You downloaded it separately, not made by Maxis, and it's a shelf that you can place a lot of different things on, and it will help you get more versatility with the level that you place things on. And I used it a lot to just clutter up the area because it's a college student. They're not super organized. They're gonna have messes. I even at the end I added some bills on one of the half walls, and it adds character, and I like that. This build has a lot of character. Anyway, we have a bar height table for the dining table, and I think it looks really cute. You would think it wouldn't fit in this kitchen, but I made it fit, and it works. Oh, hell does it work. I think it looks adorable, especially with those rugs there. Ties the whole place in, because I was feeling like that was a little empty. Anyway, I imagine that oh my gosh, this sim either has a dog, or is about to get a dog, or their dog just recently passed away, because I do have an urn on their desk for a puppy, which I know seems a little grim, but I used to keep mine right by my desk area, because I have had a dog that's passed away, and so I did that. So I'm leaning towards they had a dog that passed away and has these statues around their apartment to commemorate them because they loved this dog so much, because who can't love a dog unless you're allergic to them? That would be a downside. But who doesn't love a dog? They're so cute. Um anyway, like I said, lots of clutter. Um Maybe a little bit of gamer. Spends a little time playing games, who knows? Anyway, we're moving on to the bathroom, and like I said, I really love this room. I think it turns out so nice and luxurious. I'm so sorry, that was a yawn. I think this bathroom turns out nice and luxurious. A little bit of romantic vibes, if I do say so myself, and I will not lie. I do think it's a little romantic. When I was on a call with my friends, like I mentioned earlier, for most of this build, I asked them how I could make this room more romantic. And of course, they said more candles. So I did. I obliged. And like I said, they spend a lot of time focusing on themselves, making sure they are the best them. So I think they spend a lot of their time in the bath. And you'll see I set up this little shelf running across the bath. And they have like journal on it, candles, and they just take their time and relax and just wind down after maybe a stressful day at art school or a stressful day at work. Who knows? I didn't want to make up this story too much. But like I said, candles, notebooks, more candles, just overall really cute. I add another dog memorial on the side of the tub, which I think is so cute. They definitely had like a beagle or something, which is one of the cutest breeds. I have never had one, but they are so adorable. Anyway, I wanted to add these spa day towels, but I couldn't find a place for them to fit in because I already had so many towels in this place. And the candles, I really wanted like a lit candle, but you can't size down actual candles because the flame will stay where it is when the like wax and stuff is tinier. So I took this relatively small one and put it on it so I wouldn't have to size it down. Anyway, that is the bathroom basically done. I add some plants and we move on to the bedroom. I spent so much time on this bedroom. I was building today, finishing up this build, and it took me so long, like an hour. and it was mostly just the bedroom. I cluttered this place up so much, and I just made it like a university student. I know I've already done one recently in my townhome community, but I wanted to do it again because I couldn't help myself, because I I'm going to admit this right now. I had builder's block. I could not decide anything on this build. I already mentioned this earlier in the video. I was fresh out of ideas. I had no idea who this sim was going to be, what their story was going to be. I had zip zilch nada, and it took me a while. But I found the university stuff again, and I cannot tell you how good this pack is, and especially in the cast. And I don't do a lot of casts. Create a sim, for those of you who don't play this game, they have such good stuff, and it's such a good pack. I've been doing my own Not So Berry challenge, and I'm about to send my second generation into university, and I am so excited. Anyway, while I was off on that tangent, we were just clearing up this bedroom a little bit, not too much yet. They have a loft bed that's pretty childish looking with the plastic instead of the wood or metal, and I just think it looks like a lot more childish. I already had some graduation photos. Maybe they graduated with honors at their high school. They have this whiteboard and stuff. And I've cluttered up their loft bed. I added this cute little shelf next to the side of the bed, and I don't have words for it. It was so cute. Anyway, if you can tell that I'm like excited for something, it is the end of our 3-day weekend, and I'm excited to go back to school. I'm a weirdo, I know. I'm excited to go back to school. I'm gonna be posting this tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon because it's a Monday. And it's Monday the 17th of January as I'm recording this voiceover, and I'm excited to go back to school because school is fun for me. I like seeing my friends. After quarantine, I was quite socially deprived because I literally stayed in my room all quarantine. Anyway, I'm excited to go back to school. I've said that like 5 times now. And then on Wednesday, I get to go to the doctor, but not for what you think. I get to go, and it's my take-in appointment so that maybe I can be diagnosed with ADHD and just have a name for my madness, because I've gotten myself onto ADHD TikTok. And for those of you who I'm good friends with, I have been talking about this for so long. I'm so excited. I just want a name to this. No treatment really, because it would change my life a lot. I know that. And I'm just excited. I have these papers next to my desk that I have to fill out as like what's it called? Client history form. So that's going to be tricky because I don't know what history they're referring to. I'm not really usually the one in charge of my mental stuff or my physical stuff. That's my parents. So this is going to be a challenge. I have to do that before Wednesday. Anyway, I've rambled through a lot of the desk cluttering. I added just personality on personality. They maybe still have Christmas and New Year stuff up. I have these little figurines from Foxberry because I imagine they go to Foxberry. And I wanted to add this keg stuff. I end up not, I believe, adding this keg stuff because it's like university party stuff. Anyway, I also imagine that they were quite a comedian. Just overall artsy, creative, I had a microphone that maybe they practice their stand-up routines. My friend is currently creating some stand-up routines, and I know you're going to be watching this. I know you are. You know who you are. Yes, you do. I'm looking at you, bestie. And when I tell you their first ever stand-up in air quotes was good, I'll tell you that because we're in the same public speaking class together. And we were doing a pet peeve, like, rant kind of speech. And they killed it. They freaking killed it. You know who you are. You killed it. And don't even lie to yourself. So I'm excited to see how they go with it. Anyway, I continued ranting. because I have so much to rant about. And we've gone through almost the entire build. We have like 2 minutes left. I just add a lot of candy. This person's still generally childish. Motivational quotes, an art rack for their paintings. I know I hadn't addressed this when I first did it, but I I added this brick as like a splash of change in texture in the apartment, and I did that so I would add the industrial loft like faded sign, and I didn't until the end of the build because I forgot. I also added these pipes because this is a needs TLC apartment if you did not know your Sims apartments, and I just thought that these extra pipes from Industrial Loft Kit would just add to the feel of things. And it also helped fill up this corner. Anyway, like I already said, we're nearing the end of the build. I'm just cluttering up the last few things, doing some checks. I scroll around in debug for literally ever because I haven't had organized debug on in like so long. So I was trying to find this stack of mail that was in debug. I know it was because I just felt like this person was still pretty bad at adulting, didn't really know how to pay their bills well, wasn't really good financially. Not like they were financially stable. They had decent money because their parents and their artwork, but they didn't know what to do with it. They didn't know how to pay their bills. They didn't know how to like financially plan. They didn't know how to like do loans or credit score or any of that. So they just had bills sitting on their wall or on their like half wall top thing crown. Um, but yeah, if you guys did enjoy my like rant kind of thing as well as my builds, please drop a like down below. Watch through the screenshots because I think they turn out really good. And I do know that quite a few people watch them just so they don't have to hear my voice, which is, may I add, rude. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Have fun at whatever you're doing later, and I'll see you